Hey everyone, it's Allison here with Scrap Happy and welcome to my dirty little secret. These boxes and piles are of layouts that I have made that are not in albums. Some of them I might even have pulled out of albums to like reorganize that album, and they never, either the reorganization didn't happen or they just never got put back. Some of them, like I think the ones that are in plastic, are ones that I had published in magazines, and then when they came back to me, I just didn't do anything with them. So we are going to embark on organizing these so that I can then figure out what stories still need to be told, and yeah, just kind of get a better idea of where I'm at in my memory keeping process and move from there. So let's get started. Pausing. I dealt with the loose layouts, and then there were a few in an iris case, and this is what I have so far. So I've kind of categorized things. I've got vacations, so family vacations, and then me. I have a very big pile. Apparently I like to scrapbook me. And then one for each of my kids, and then family life. Now there's stories in here like layouts about my brother and I taking a trip to Glasgow for my aunt's funeral, that I wasn't sure if I should put in the me albums or into family life. So they're staying in family life for now, but this is just kind of an initial sort, and then I'll figure it out. I've got a pile for Scout, our dog. And then I've got this random pile over there, and those are layouts that, or in the case of that logo, that I have to figure out if I'm keeping. They're very pretty, but they're not necessarily stories that I feel I need to save. I think they were done for challenge. So yeah, okay, moving on. Box number one. So do I have a bigger mess on my hands? Maybe. As I was going through this, there's quite a few in here that are Christmas layouts that I feel I could maybe create a like Christmas album. It's like just Christmases over the years. There's a lot of layouts about me. And then I found this. Will you focus? Nope. So it's fallen off something, I don't know what anymore, so I'll have to look for it as I go through these. So now my next step is to go through each pile and also go through the albums that I have already created. Yeah, because some of these probably fit into their albums and I can just slot them in. And some of them, yeah, we gotta figure that out. But I think I need a notebook. Okay, so I've just gone through Marley's pile, and this is my plan moving forward. So I found this notebook in my stash, and side note, have a notebook addiction. I'm sure none of you can relate to that. As you can see, I started making notes in this book in 2015 when I was doing Chamel's cover to cover class. So clearly I have started this process before and run into roadblocks. So the plan is to continue and actually succeed this time. So clearly those pages, I will revisit those in a little bit and see if I still, what I wrote there resonates for how I want these albums to be now. But for now, what I've done is I've just written down all the layouts that are in this pile. And I've written notes about, like this one at the top, it needs a photo and some journaling. I don't know what happened there, but you know, these things happen, I suppose. And then I wrote down dates so that I can put them into sort of chronological order in her album. Now there's a couple in here that are about her grad. I know I have way more photos and stories to tell about that. I feel like I've scrapbooked them, so I'm not quite sure where they are. Maybe I put an album together for her already. Anyways, I will figure that out. But this is what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna go through all the piles and write all this down and make notes on things that still need, you know, journaling. Dates. There's a couple that, like, well, this one needs a date. And then I can pull out her albums and see if I have space for these layouts and how they're going to fit. So that's what I'm going to do for all these piles. Wish me luck.